The Hash It Out Show is brought to you by Barreto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, The Green Law Firm, personal injury attorney, Kaylin Parker of Magnolia Wealth Strategies, Moe's Pizza, Lance's AC and Heating, CC's Children Blocks, The Pierre Family in Lafayette, Louisiana, Drums.
Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move, 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 move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB the Sports Guy. We got a good one for y'all tonight. As you know, the girls' basketball playoff brackets were released yesterday, and they get underway tomorrow. So we're going to talk about the girls' playoff brackets, me and George, for a little bit. But at 7:30, we're going to bring in the guys from the Only Opinions podcast to join us and to go further and deeper into the girls' playoff brackets. As you see, I'm joined by my co-host, George Peppers. What's up, George Peppers?
What's up, JB? And yeah, this morning while at work, I said, let me print these brackets together. And then I realized it's going to be a lot of bracket printing here in the next few weeks. Today, the girls, the boys bracket will come out. And then, of course, March means what? Madness, right?
That's
Print
right.
the men's bracket, the women's bracket, because, those of us like to enter different pools and free contests. And yeah, I'm one of them. Sue me. But yep, so you print brackets and me, I like the ones that have the capsules of the teams where we know we learn in college. But in high school, I'm looking at I actually perused the brackets a little while ago in advance of the show because I was busy today. Um, and there's one matchup I want to see, and I know if it happens, I would want to see that game in person. It's a potential quarterfinal, but I
Go,
I
come on,
want to
tell us.
see that.
Tell us. What game is that? Come on, tell us.
Okay, it's in division. Hold on, I can't get this doggone. Look at this. See, when you print bracket sheets, got dog division. It's in Division One. Select
Oh,
if
I think I know. I think I know where you're going. Let's go. Come on.
Ponchatoula, the 10th seed. If they get by Bonneville, which you would think they will, they would
Mhm.
go to Saint Scholastica the next round, and that's a winnable matchup, 10-7. And if Edna
Yep.
Carr does what they're supposed to, Ponchatoula, Edna Carr, holy cow, that would be one enticing quarterfinal. I'd want to see that.
Well, my friend, I think it's very capable of happening. I
It
really
is. I
do.
agree.
As we talk about Ponchatoula, I really think it's capable of happening. I think Ponchatoula is they got a good shot, and the bracket that they're on is great. That matchup, I think they beat Bonneville. I think they beat um
Saint
Saint
Scholastic,
Scholastica. But next
right?
Thursday with Edna Carr, I think that's gonna be a battle. And Ponchatoula to me may be the only team that's
That could
lower
stop
than the
Carr.
top four seed that
Yep.
got a shot to get the Hammond, be honest with
And look, I'd love to pick the guys' opinions, the only opinions guys about that potential because to me, you know what Ponchatoula looks like? Alyssa Hillard is the kind of player that will take the team on her back and carry them. That's how
you.
good she is. She is that
Yep.
good. And I want to see this quarterfinal if it happens. I mean, they've got to navigate through, you know, other teams and no disrespecting Bonneville, Tioga, Liberty, and Saint Scholastica, but those two are the favorites, Carr and Ponchatoula, I believe, to get there. But I was looking at the men's side,
Mm-hmm.
the non-select side, and there's some pretty good looking matchups that I think would be worth a big mention at some point in these playoffs. The really one I want to see is actually could happen in round two. Mandeville Terrebonne. If the Skippers win and get to Walker, I fancy them a look in that matchup. They haven't been that great this year. Walker has kind of banana peeled a little bit down the stretch. They haven't played their best. If the
Mm.
Skippers and Coach Debbie have if she has a team on point, they can. They are very capable, Jared.
The
And I want
Mandeville
to pick the
Skippers coached by Melissa Wine Mustin and
Melissa.
Mark.
I said Debbie. Melissa White, exactly. Well coached, has the seasoning to get to make a run. They've done this before. And
Mm-hmm.
Walker, a team that remember the last 2 years got into these playoffs unblemished and couldn't finish the job. They've lost a couple of games this year. Maybe a little vulnerability, perhaps. And Mandeville would have to go up there for round two, but it's doable. Now
Well.
the question I have for you, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't like football as we get deeper into the quarters. The higher seeds are always going to host, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's none of this Cinderella team's going to host a game or none of that stuff, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, okay, good. That's good. Keep it that way.
I tell you
I'm
what.
sorry.
You good? But I'll tell you what. The the Walker Wildcats. I'm kind of shaky with them, but I do believe that the bracket that they're on, their side of the bracket, they're gonna get back to Hammond. I do think so.
It's
And
not automatic,
it's not automatic, but like you talking about Mandeville,
right?
okay, Mandeville, who's led by Alana Benoit, right?
Hmm. Right.
And one of the best players in the state. Thank you, Coach Sam. Appreciate it, my brother. We appreciate that. Um, but the thing with Mandeville to me, George, is that last year Alana Benoit had her sister Hannah and she had Soleil. I cannot remember Soleil's last name. She had that excellent help. To me, the help that she had last year is not completely there. And that's not disregarding the player she's with now. I'm not doing that.
No,
That
not at all.
team this year is just not as good as the team as last year.
You're
So
right.
so I just don't see the Skippers. I see them winning their first round game. I don't
Well,
see
they're
the Skippers.
hosting Terrebonne. Yeah, Terrebonne gets them first round.
Yeah, Terrebonne gets the first round. I think the Skippers gets by Terrebonne. I just don't think they're gonna get by Walker. I just don't see it happening this time.
On the surface, you're right. On the surface, I think you're right. But to me, when you enter the playoff setting, you have to enter playing your best basketball, ready to deliver the big shot. Walker, it's been kind of a miss here down the stretch. They
Only
lost to
two
Edna Car
losses. Oh yeah,
too, but
lost. Yeah.
they've come very recent. They've got
Hmm.
beat by Denham. They got beat by Denham Springs, who's in these playoffs as the eighth seed, by what was it 12, 13 points or something. They got whipped pretty good, and Edna Car went into their gym and popped them pretty good. All I'm saying is that Walker feels vulnerable. Yes, they're the favorite. Yes, you would think they're expected to go by Mandeville, and Mandeville's not as good as nowhere near as good as last year. But that being said, I'm a momentum person when it comes to the playoffs, and I fancy their chances to at least give them a ball game and take that thing. If they take it to quarter four with a shot, that pressure bust pipes, man. And how many times have we seen it? How many times have we
Quite
seen
a
it?
few times. Quite a
Yes,
few
we
times.
have.
I just
I don't
man.
see it happening. I don't know if it can happen. It absolutely can happen. Coach Melissa is a very good coach,
Yes, he is.
and Benoit is a hell of a player. Granted, she doesn't have the support system that you mentioned from last year, but doggone it, I'm just gonna beat this to the cows come home, and I'd love to see what the only opinions guys think about this matchup as
Oh
we
yeah.
peruse it. But there, have you announced the matchup we're talking about for Thursday?
Not yet, buddy. Not yet. I
Let's
will.
hold
I
off on it.
I will. I still want to talk about the playoffs right now.
Yeah, oh, I know. I'm just saying
Yeah.
when we get done, though.
We gonna announce it during the show. Don't worry about that. We will,
Surely. Okay.
without a doubt. The game that we have Thursday night that we will be streaming on the JB the Sports Guy YouTube page. Let me ask you something. In the
Hmm.
car,
Right.
you know, Sanaa Bean has been big for them. Her addition.
Hmm.
Cass Antoine has been big.
Hmm.
We're looking at an Edna Carr Ponchatoula matchup possibly, but let's put that to the side.
All right.
Edna Carr can get to Hammond. They
They
can.
can.
They
They
can.
absolutely can.
They can. And a matchup with Woodlawn or Huntington, whoever's 3 or 4, is in the making right there. But Edna Carr, if you can't stop Sanaa Bean or Cass Antoine or
You're
the
in
other
trouble.
perimeter shooters that can shoot the threes, you're in trouble, George.
Yeah, you're in for a very long. It's gonna be a very long 32 minutes. That's for sure. That said, you know who the six seed is in that draw, and that's a team that Carr's already beaten Chappelle easily. So they would be the prohibitive favorite in that. Woodlawn, they are the three, and they are very very tough.
Woodlawn beat
They're gonna
Zachary
be.
for the district championship.
They did.
Hmm.
They sure did. And Zachary is where are they?
They
I
in
lost them.
non-select. They're
Oh,
number three. Number
Select.
three
Okay,
non-select. Yeah.
okay. But Woodlawn's gonna be a problem, a big problem. Carr, that's a semifinal matchup that can happen in Hammond, and that would be a very, very enticing semifinal. Woodlawn's got a little bit of a hurdle, though. I think they get by the first matchup. Well, I mean, the bye, obviously, they got Carmel, Mont Carmel, and Higgins. They would be pretty prohibitive to win that. Quarterfinal, you got either or Chappelle, Shreve, and Captain Shreve and Ben Franklin. They would win that. I think Woodlawn's got a free pass to the semi, so if Ednacar gets there, they'll see him in Hammond.
Giving Woodlawn a free pass to the semis. Oh man.
I don't see none of the New Orleans the three New Orleans teams that are in this bracket. I think Woodlawn is that team that they're going to be a major problem, and Endicar's going to have to deal with if they get to the semi. You know,
Man.
I,
I
I
see we got Coach
unless you
Chad in the lobby right now. Coach Chad in the lobby, so we're gonna bring him in a second.
let's do
Go
it.
ahead. We still got a minute. We
Okay,
take a commercial break. Go ahead.
but I was just saying. I mean, I don't like doing that, but I feel like they would be a decisive favorite in a lot of these matchups on their way to Hammond Woodlawn. Mentioning Woodlawn, they would be a decisive favorite. I think on the surface they're just better. But again, playoffs are a different breed. You could have an off night, and what happens? See ya. You're
That
going
is
on.
true.
If that ball's not going into the basket, and you can't do what you usually do, you're going home.
Okay, buddy. George is
Mhm.
letting it be known out there. Oh man. All right. We're gonna take a quick commercial break and we come back. Only Opinion Podcast guys going to join us. We got Coach Chad in the lobby, and I'm sure Coach Joe and CD will also join us as we're going to break down Division One and Division Two playoffs. We got some questions for them to ask. They can give us their opinions, their only opinions about everything, right here on the Hash It Out Show. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Erica Randolph, head coach of the Hornville Tigers boys basketball team, and
Are you in need of a new windshield? Leo Autoglass can help. For 20 years, Leo Autoglass have been servicing the New Orleans area with windshield replacement and auto glass repair. Give them a call today, 504 301 8353. Did you experience storm damage from Hurricane Francine? Barretto Home Solutions can help. You can give them a call at 504 940 7552.
Hey y'all, this is Jen Hale from Fox Sports. You're watching the Hash It Out Show with JB the Sports Guy, VK Jones, and George Peppis.
And welcome back to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB the Sports Guy. Alongside my co-host is George Peppis. Joining us are some coaches in the basketball world, and they have their podcast called the Only Opinions Podcast that you can catch on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock on Instagram. Right now, joining us, we have Coach Chad and Coach Chris. Guys, what's going on?
Man, I'm happy to be here, man.
What's happening? What's happening? What's
Eh,
happening with y'all?
Not much, Coach Chris and Coach Chad.
Man,
Um, guys, tell us, how did y'all get together to start the Only Opinions podcast? And I think
Man,
that's Joe coming in. Let me see. There's
yeah.
Joe right quick, guys. There he is. And also the
how y'all
third member of the Only
host
Opinions
like that?
podcast, Coach Joe. What up, Coach Joe?
What's up with you, man? What's up with you?
Not much, man. Glad y'all can join us. I just asked Chris and Chad, they're about to answer. The question was, how did you three guys get together to start the Only Opinions podcast?
Hmm.
Oh, I let them answer. You know, I want to be the leader.
All right.
So me and Joe, we had the idea to like just start off doing interviews and just kind of give our opinion, start a podcast, about girls basketball in the state of Louisiana. And we would film a few episodes, but we was just trying to figure out how to get more traction. And then, Joe had the idea to bring CD on, and then we started doing this Instagram live, taking a life of his own, and I like we like the way we're heading right now.
Good deal. Good deal. I love it too. Um, Let me ask y'all this. All y'all are coaches. Tell us, who you coach for, all that good stuff. I'll start with Chris on this one.
All right. Well, I'm not coaching anymore. I coached the Lady Raiders, rec ball, biddy ball, and AAU for about 8 years. So I still with the same team, which was with my little girl Shakai and Kiki and Bailey and Macy and Skylar Corey. So we pretty much I just stuck with that team since they was like 5 and 6 years old. So I've been in the girls world for about 10 years now. So coached for about 8. I've been just moving around the last couple of years since my little girl been in high eight or nine eighth grade. Eighth grade I stopped, and I thought they needed much more than my help, so I let them go ahead and spread their wings. Sent them on to Mike Jack, well, Coach Joe. Sent a couple of them to Coach Joe and Chad over at LA Soul, but that's pretty much my coaching background.
Okay, Coach Joe.
Right now it's really just LA Soul, man. Like I'm trying to, it's a group effort, but I'm trying to build it up so much that, yeah, I kind of just really stick to basketball. So I'm either training my kids or we preparing for the summer, man. Like so, I basically give them 98% of my time. So yeah, right now it's literally just LA Soul. So
Okay.
I'm out of the high school where I was at Helen Cox for a minute. Helen Cox got shut down, obviously, but yeah. So yeah, I'm just with the LA Soul girls.
That's where you look familiar from. Helen Cox. I
Yeah,
got you now. I
yeah.
got you.
Man, shout out to my guy Cheese, man. Yeah,
Definitely.
man, Helen Cox.
And Coach Chad.
So I coach with LA Soul with Joe, and I'm at Mount Carmel, which is one of the teams that VK was just mentioning that we're gonna have to probably play Woodlawn in the second round. So yeah, I'm at Mount Carmel. This is my first year over there.
All right, and Coach, back to Coach Chris right quick. So Sakai is your daughter?
That's my daughter. Yep, my
See,
name went from Coach Chris to Shakai Dad.
oh man,
That's what
man.
CD stand for, man.
Mhm.
Coach, Coach, man,
Y'all
Coach Chris.
familiar with her?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I was hurt when she put on Instagram she was transferring. My soul left my body because I enjoyed seeing your daughter play, man. But I did wish her all the best when she transferred, man. But man, that's Sakai is something special, bro. And I'm just being real with you.
That's what's up, man. That's what's
Jo-
up.
George, you got a question for them before we get into these playoffs?
I do, but first, I thought Chad called me VK.
It was a
I can't be
mistake, George.
having.
It's okay. It's a mistake,
I know
George.
I can't be having that, man. I mean, that man's man. No, I can't be doing that. But no, it's all love. Listen, before I ask the question of the three of you, I want to give you guys a big shout out. First off, the fact that you're putting this out there for girls basketball. All right. The fact that you guys are doing this for girls basketball and with the explosion of popularity, especially at the collegiate level, with women's basketball breaking records, the WNBA finals last year breaking records, the fact that you guys have put this together, I applaud all three of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep digging because y'all have a really good thing going. Let me give y'all that praise right off. And thank you for being a part of our show tonight. We are honored to have you guys with us tonight. Let me just throw that out there for y'all.
Appreciate
Appreciate you,
that.
man.
Pleasure
Definitely.
is ours.
And I'm gonna ask. I don't know who I want to ask. I'm gonna Shakai's dad, since he don't want to be called Coach Chris. I don't know. I ain't gonna say all that. But whose idea was it to name the show Only Opinions? Because I see titles of shows and everything, and I think this is a unique title. Whose idea was it to name it Only Opinions? All three of y'all can answer.
Well, I mean, it's really Joe and Chad platform.
Okay.
They allow me to be a guest, and just and come talk my talk. So I appreciate them for letting me be a part of what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's really Chad and Joe with this idea. So I let them speak on the name.
Okay.
Um, I don't even know. We had a. Do we got a fire story for that, Chad? Or we just. I feel
We
like we just was talking, and it kind
yeah
of was like, bro, it's only our opinion. Cause
yeah
we so skeptical of people feeling some type of way about comments we might make. So we like, it's only opinions, man. Like, don't get in your heart about it, like. But yeah, that's the story. I ain't gonna lie. I wish we
yeah.
had a fire story. Matter of fact, Chad, we're gonna come up with a better story when somebody else asks us, man.
So
Cause
the story is only opinions. That's our decide is only our opinion. So and it just
yeah,
kind of became the title of it. So yeah, that's it. Like you said, ain't no deep story.
yeah. But they
Understood.
can't feel played, man. Cause once again, it's only opinions, man. You can't feel played. So yeah, that's it with that one.
Definitely. All right, guys, let's get into these playoff brackets. I want to start with Division One non-select, and my first question to you all: your thoughts about the Walker Lady Wildcats? Do they have what it takes to finally get to that state championship game?
I answer first. I don't know, man. I don't.
But you
That
want to
that
answer first, and you don't know.
no, because I that was my pick to win it all, right? But Card's a really good team, so shout out to Card, man. But like that loss, it kind of like made me have a different heart. I hope they win it. I feel like they deserve to win it. Everybody deserves to win it, but like they've been through the mud, right? But I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I'm gonna say no right now. I'm gonna say no.
Ain't no.
I'm gonna say no.
Of course, it's a yes. I thought this wasn't gonna be their year, but this might be their best year to get there. I mean, with the competition they got to face, it's a definite yeah. Walker got what it take to go win it all. You know,
Do they have what it take? Yes. Are they gonna get there? Not sure because they're looking at a potential second round. I mean semifinals against what Zachary.
Yeah, Zachary.
So I think Zachary that's a tough team to match up with. So they have what it take talent wise, but that'll be a tough matchup for them.
I tell you what, I'm on the same page with Coach Chris. I can see them getting there. I just don't know. That loss to Carr kind of just took me aback. I understand the loss of Denham Springs with the snow and everything that happened, and not being able to practice, not being a rivalry game. But the loss to Carr took me back a little bit. Like I don't know. I do want to see the rematch with Parkway and Walker due to everything that happened last year in that semifinal game. But
Yeah.
I don't know. What you say, George?
I mean, you and I talked about this before we got the guys on. Uh, Walker has the character that's merited to get there. My problem is, and guys, look, this is where I stand. To the Chad and Chris and Coach Joe, look, I'm a momentum person. If you're not playing your best basketball coming in, I think you're vulnerable. And Walker has had two losses. I get the Denham Springs one because of the snow and everything, but Carr beat him pretty good up there
Yeah.
in their gym. They whooped them pretty good. And I see a potential second rounder against Vanderbilt, a team that has done this before, has been to the promised land, gotten to a state final, gotten to a state semi. On the surface, they're not as good as they were the last few years, but they still have Benoit who can do a lot of damage. I see a potential upset, Mandeville Walker in round two. I mean, to those of you that are skeptical of Walker to win it, could that Skippers team beat them in your opinion?
Um,
I'm gonna say no.
no, no chance. I don't think it's no chance. Not. Shout out to Alana. That's my girl. I just don't think Corey too smart for to let one person beat him. Right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Carr
Hmm.
came with a full house. Even Denham Springs, they kind of play like a collective effort. Mandeville, right? They kind of like a one man show, one woman show. So
Really?
yeah, Corey not gonna let one person beat him
Me
in my
too.
opinion. Like
Okay.
I do see like why it could be seen as a potential upset, because one thing about is kind of like a one woman show. It's like they just got a style. They play hard, man. Like, and they press can really speed you up and kind of force you to do some things that you're not comfortable doing. So I see how you can
Mhm.
see it as a potential upset, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. 90% Walker.
yeah,
I,
I mean, the 10% is strictly because Alana maybe can go crazy, but
right. Yeah.
yeah, I don't see it happening either. If Alana still had a sister Hannah and Soleil, I would say I could
Different
see it.
story.
it was
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
last year. It was
Yeah,
really good last year.
very good last year. Guys, who do you think get to the semis? I know Chad already said Zachary and Walker, but who are your 4 teams to get to the semis?
Let
Um,
Tough one.
I'm gonna go. I mean, the three I already said,
me go back.
and then I'm gonna say Barb is that 14. So I
Okay.
see Parkway and Barb. I mean Parkway versus Barb, and then Zachary versus Walker.
Okay. Chad has Barb. A lot of people have talked about Barb, to be honest with you. So that may be a great pick.
You know it's
Dang, you know what's
I got
crazy?
I got North Shore beating Barb.
I like Cherie to get to the
I
semis.
like North Shore beating Barb. I said that earlier. I like North Shore beating Barb, man. I just
Mhm.
Cherie
Damn,
go for 50, man.
hold
It's a
on.
tough, it's a different deal.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Harden might be good enough to beat Cherie and them.
So
That's
can we all agree that the top side of the bracket is the tougher side?
It is. You got Slidell, Saint Amant with Ryan coming back, Barb, Denham Springs. Yes, indeed. They got the heat.
yeah.
They got the
Yeah,
heat over. I'll pick it over to Neville. Neville's pretty good, but it's just Neville and Mandeville.
I think Destrehan is honestly gonna beat Horton, in my opinion. I think Destrehan gonna beat Horton.
I can see
Destrehan
that.
got some quality wins. It's like some quality wins. So yeah, man. But
I
I
see
like
that.
I like Parkway, North Shore, um
Yeah, I
Walker
mean
and Zachary.
Walker and Zachary on the other side for me for sure. I got Zachary winning it all.
Okay.
I
Damn.
don't know. That Woodlawn loss did me a little. It did me the same thing Clark did me, man, versus Walker, man. It took me back a little bit. I hate it, like he said. I hate a late in the season loss, like because that carries some momentum. Like you start questioning yourself. So I hate that loss, but I don't
I
know. Maybe it's a wake up call.
Yeah.
Could be.
Sometimes it is a wake up call.
it is, and then you gonna be a lot much more talented than the teams you play your first 2 rounds. So you should have some.
I
Yeah.
I want to say something about like y'all was talking about like the Walker their 2 losses.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with the Denham Springs loss.
Okay.
And the reason why I say it is because y'all said like because of the snow. Didn't
Yeah,
Denham Springs have snow too?
Yes, sir.
Like
True.
Denham Springs didn't practice either, and if it's just like two teams that's same circumstances, one more talented, one, we would say better coached, and I'm not saying Denham Springs doesn't have good coaching because they do,
Right.
but it's there's no way Walker's supposed to lose.
I
I'm with you on that one.
I think Corey's so like strategic that him not being able to practice a week hurt them 10 times more than Denham Springs not being able to practice. Like,
Right.
cause he really, man, when it comes to that type of preparation, he's that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that hurt them more than they hurt Denham Springs. You know what I mean? Like, even though both of them in the same scenario, but yeah, Corey was gonna have them doing homework on that game. So yeah, I don't know. But
You
you
got
know
no
to
what?
play them at
excuses.
home.
The talent's not far off to me though with Walker.
It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not that far
Walker
off at
don't to
all.
me. Walker is not like a top tier talented team this year. They handle their business, but Irie is top tier, and and from there is plug and
Yeah.
play. You know,
Yep. Yep. They got a good shooter, but yeah, it's kind of plug and play for sure. But
Joe,
can we talk about the Saint Amant versus Slidell game for a second?
we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Let's do it. Yes.
Man, listen, I hate that game for my Slidell kids, man. I hate that game because even though I think they can win by 8 to 10 points, right? But that's not no 24 versus 9 seed. Like if Ryan stay healthy the whole year, Ryan is a top 10 seed at Saint Amant.
Hmm.
Like so I hate that game for them, but I do think they pull it off. Chad been kind of forcing in my head that he think they're gonna pull it off, but man, it's two different styles, right? You got a team that want to play fast pace all game with Slidell, and you got a team that want to slow it down and get in that paint with Ryan and I forgot the other kid, Coleman. Like it's gonna be a tough matchup. I gotta be in that game. It's gonna be tough though.
Okay,
I,
okay. And
I'm in
Slidell
there.
does have a win over Edna Carr, I believe, correct?
Yeah, yeah, I was at that game. That was a good game. That was a
Good.
great game.
All
Great
right.
game.
George, you got a question?
I do. Which one of you picked Estrahan to knock out Harden? Was it you, Coach Chris? Oh,
Joe,
it's Joe.
Joe.
Oh,
Joe,
Joe.
yep.
Listen, you stole my upset, bro. I'm just gonna tell you, it was. I think Destran. I think Destran's that team that could get a little further than people think. You look at it, 13v4. Don't know much about Harden. Haven't seen him play. Um, what do you guys think of the
They had a sweet.
14-19
They had a
matchup?
sweet schedule.
They do.
14,
They do. They do.
14, 19.
Harnville versus HL Bourgeois, 14 versus 19.
H.O. Bushman. What
Ooh,
do you
I
guys think of
like.
the matchup?
I'm not familiar with Bourgeois too much. I mean, I know Hanville, I know the Page and the point guard, and I'm pretty familiar with all them.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what Bourgeois working with.
I gotta go with Bourgeois. They got a few LA Soul kids that's joining this year, so I gotta go with HL, man. I
Okay.
got just on the
Understood.
strength, just on the
Oh,
love, man.
Now,
Bourgeois, that's what the kid.
No, you ain't gonna know it. You ain't gonna know 'em. You ain't gonna
All
know.
right, I'm thinking.
There's some terrible on girls. You ain't gonna really know 'em.
All right. I'm thinking
look,
about
y'all.
somebody.
I do have another question for you guys. It seems like it's a de facto pick to go Parkway to get to at least a semifinal. But is there anybody in this bracket playing 32 minutes that could stand up to Parkway and beat them fair up? If
Four.
there's a team in this bracket, who?
I like 4 teams. I like Zachary. I like Walker.
Okay. All right.
I
Are you
think
saying
that.
before the semifinals?
Yeah, are you saying to
Oh,
get
you
there or
saying
just
you?
saying period?
No. No, 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 no. I don't think they missed the semi. I mean, Dennis Springs may be seeing them in the quarter. What I'm asking is that is there a team in this whole bracket that can knock them out at any
But
point?
not winning a
And
championship.
if there is, who? Yeah, to stop them from winning, because I think Parkway's the favorite. To me, they're the de facto favorite to win this, and they've done it already. So I feel like they're working with that mantra. But looking at that bracket, there's a few capable teams, in my opinion, that could stand up to them and do some damage and knock them out. What do you guys
For
think?
sure.
Yes,
Go
For
ahead, Joe.
sure.
I love Zachary.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think Zachary should win it all. They got everything you need to win a championship compared to everybody else. They have the size, talent, the guard play, the star power with Ava and Tierra. They got three bigs. They don't got teams with one. They
Right.
got three legit bigs who can play. And so they got what you need for me to beat Parkway, but we know Parkway what they got with Dakota. So but Zachary my choice for sure.
I like Walker over Zachary, and I don't think Walker gonna win it all. I think Parkway gonna win it all, but I like Walker over Zachary. I don't know. I think they just got their number. Like it's sometimes you got a team number, and yeah, it's kind of like when back in the day when
Walker,
Ponchatoula always beat Walker for no
but
reason.
he asked who can beat Parkway.
Walker, my fault. I like Walker to beat Parkway.
You
Then my
always do
fault.
that.
Yeah.
My fault. My
I'm like
fault. You're right.
I
Zachary.
think
So I'm about to say Walker don't got that over Parkway. They
True.
lose to him every year.
True. But
Go
I
ahead,
just think
Chad.
my fault. I think Walker could beat Zachary and Parkway beat Walker.
I think so let me just say this. So
Oh, so you don't
on
think nobody can beat Parkway?
I don't think nobody can be Parkway. But
No.
if there's teams that could give them a chance, I mean, you gotta look at Walker and Zachary. Like I think Zachary might have the best chance because at the end of the day, Dakota can guard everybody. You know,
Mm-hmm.
not saying she all they got, but I just think their championship experience, because nobody else in that whole division has won a championship like in their whole career. So they the only team that like Zachary, the only team that can give them to me a matchup issue, but I don't think none of them gonna beat them.
Yep. Ponchatoula gone. Yep.
Yeah.
I ain't think about it that way, Chad.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you this before we move on to Division One select. Chad, you have Zachary win it all.
No, I
Chris,
got Parkway.
okay, Chad has Parkway. Chris, you
I
have
got
Zachary, right?
I got Zachary.
And Joe, who you got?
I want to be different, man. I got Walker, man. I'm going off my back on my whole answer, man. I got Walker. Come on, Corey, make me proud, Corey.
I had Walker 2 weeks ago.
That Carlos is this something to me, but I'm gonna say Walker, man. Make me proud, Corey. I really got Slidell and North Shore here. That's another story.
All right, Division One select. I want to start off by talking about John Curtis. I want you guys' opinion on how big is it that Imani Daniels is finally back on the court?
Huge, man. Like
When did she come back? I missed that. She came back already?
She didn't come back, but I think she's coming back. I think she'll be playing this next game.
When they played Southern Lab, she was out there warming up with them, but they didn't play her. So I think, I think she's back for these playoffs.
They played us too. I don't know if she played against Dominican. I don't know if she played against Dominican, but I'm
No,
sure she'll be
Dominican
back.
was before that.
No, whoever they played last, they played somebody. I think they played somebody after us.
Maybe Chappelle. I think you're right. They had one more game after that.
But, so I don't know if she played, but
she's back though. It's a huge spark that they need, especially on the rebounding end. Yeah, but them guys been holding it down, man. Shout out to Curtis for sure. But like, yeah, no, she just makes them complete, right? Like they don't have no holes in their game when she's there. You know, like so. Yeah, I like Monty coming back for sure. Shout out to Monty.
To me, they don't really need her until that's the semis. But
I agree.
She need to get back and get get back in shape and stuff.
Definitely. I want to ask you guys about the 10 seed, the Ponchatoula Lady Wave.
Who? Don't ask me.
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
Joe, I think Ponchatoula can get to the semis.
Come on, man.
Even though I kind of got the top 4 seeds getting there, but I think Ponchatoula is a great matchup for Edna Carr in the quarterfinals. I really think so, especially
me and CD might as well hop off right now.
What'd you say, Chad?
Me and CD might as well hop off. Us three had this conversation yesterday.
Man,
he was fussing down in a group chat.
Oh man.
My guy know basketball. That's all. You know basketball, and I love it, man. You know basketball, man.
Yeah.
Like they saying no chance. Like, man, but you can continue. Let me hear why you think it. Make sure I ain't tripping.
All right, this is why I think. Number one, I think if they limit turnovers and they're able to rebound the ball, they can compete with anybody. Anybody. I really believe that.
Yep.
Number two, Alyssa Hillard, I called her the hidden secret because she didn't get many scholarships or wasn't recruited heavily, but Alyssa can shoot the ball, she can get to the hole, and she can find open teammates.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. In the game against North Shore, I finally saw it. Alyssa was off in the whole first quarter. Finally got going in the second quarter, but her teammates were able to pick it up for her, and that was huge to me. That showed me right then and there. Now this team believe in themselves even more if Alyssa is having a bad night, and I really believe they can give Edna Carr a very, very tough matchup.
They was missing their starting center that game too, by the way, man.
Okay.
My girl Sky, she ain't play that game. So that game, even though I love North Shore, that game could have got a little uglier, right? But I think they just match up so well. Not saying Edna Carr cannot beat Ponchatoula. Not saying that, right? But they match up so well that I just can't. Out of all the other 3 seeds, I can't just scratch Edna Carr in there to say, all right, for sure, y'all gonna beat Ponchatoula.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially with Coach Trish coaching, man. Like, shout out to Coach Antoine too, because he is a dog at coaching. But Coach Trish, man, Coach Trish is fire. Like, so the strategy is, and I told them this, if the strategy is, all right, Cass got to go for 25, it's not gonna happen because you saw what they did to Cherie. They put 2 on her, get the ball out your hand. So it's like you got to come up with a real fire game plan to get your superstar going. And I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough, man. Like it's Carr gonna have to beat them in another way than what they're used to winning games. You know what I'm
Would it
saying?
be
Like
with
that's
Sanaa
that's what I
Bean with
think.
their center?
But you said
With Sanaa Bean in the card center, would she have to have a big game?
a huge game, man. I think Ponchatoula got some bigs that can match up with her, at least can contain her. Like I said, the starting center was out that game, so it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, man. Like that's gonna be the game of yeah. That's gonna be a great game. I ain't
All
gonna lie.
right, Chad and Chris, uh, you guys say y'all disagree with Joe on it. Give
I
us your
disagree. I mean, Alyssa gonna have to be real big time. And I just think Carr got too much defense, man. They that's what they have. Physicality, and they gonna beat you up out there. And Trish is one of the best coaches in the state. Got the
hmm
experience. I love her. I mean, she's really like that, the coach. But I just don't think Ponchatoula got enough for Carr. Carr gonna make it hard. They're gonna make it hard defensively on Ponchatoula. So I don't see the other guys on the team or girls on the team stepping up when they playing Carr. And it's gotta be at Carr too. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But I see a good game. I just think
hmm
Carr gonna win by 10 plus though.
All right, Chad.
I'll go as far as to say whoever wins that game is gonna represent that side in the championship. Um,
Can't say that.
no, I'm saying whoever win that game is gonna beat Woodlawn. That's me,
Yep.
going out on a limb. I
Damn.
think Ponchatoula could beat Woodlawn. I think Carr could beat Woodlawn. But
Yeah, me
as
too.
far as that game, I think Carr is gonna win because they do such a good job of making you uncomfortable. You
hmm
know, and like they both said, like I believe in Coach Trish, I believe in Alyssa, I believe in their bigs, but I just think Carr do such a good job. Like the bigs not gonna bring the ball up the court, like they're gonna
Right.
make it tough for the guards of Tula.
Yeah, and then
So and
it's hard to score down there with Sanaa.
yeah,
Changing shots and
hmm
so Carl
Definitely.
yeah.
Carl legit can go win a chip, man. They
I
legit
They
think so
could.
too.
go win
They
Yeah,
it.
could. I agree with that. Heck yeah. Heck
yeah.
yeah. Heck yeah.
I agree. Ashley Antoine, look, I have Card in the semifinals. I do. I just think Ponchatoula can be that team that can upset Edna Card in the
Yeah,
quarterfinals. That's just how I
yeah,
They
feel.
definitely can.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
And
yeah.
see it though.
I
Okay.
felt like it could have, even if Woodlawn was in that spot too, Ponchatoula could have upset it. Woodlawn too. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched that game. I think Woodlawn won by 1 or 2
1 point.
points. Like, yeah, a
Yeah.
great game. I ain't gonna blame on the referees, right? But a great game. You know what I mean? Like so, and I watched a lot of Carr because I'm a huge fan of Carr. I watched a lot of Carr. I watched when they went against North Shore. I watched when they went against Slidell.
hmm
It just was like I don't know, man, but they got what it takes to win, right? You got a superstar in Cash, you got a great coach, you got a great big, you got a team that believe in your stars, like so you got what it takes to win a championship. But I like Ponchatoula in that game, man. I
All
do.
right. George Peppers, you got a
Yes,
question?
sir. I do. I get the praise for getting the car. I really do. And Ponchatoula can do a lot of damage defensively. The thing that I'm going to give the cause for pause, and I'm going to involve my two co-hosts here because the three of us got to see them against John Curtis, and I think Alondra Brown and her group put out the recipe to beat Edna Carr, and that's press them, make them uncomfortable, force them into shooting the basketball faster than they want to, and Curtis really defended their way. And this is without Imani Daniels, mind
Yeah,
you.
but
Now
that's the
she,
best full guards in the state. You can't
and
Yeah.
get that nowhere.
you're right. You're right. But what I'm saying is that I think John Curtis is the one seed for a reason. They had his 18 point, was it no, 24 points. Carr made a game of it into the fourth quarter, and then Curtis answered with a late spell. We were there at that game, and we came away thinking,
We all were there.
even, you know, the,
Everybody. Yeah.
you know, all I'm going to tell you guys is I feel like John Curtis is going to be a major, major player, and they're the favorites. But I love what Edna Carr has done since. They did go to Walker and beat him. That's a very big statement win. But I'm with Jared here. Ponchatoula is going to be a problem. And look, we talk about Alyssa Hillard. Her defense is underrated. She can get in
No,
your face and guard you. She can
Oh, she
absolutely
can
guard you
guard.
and make you very uncomfortable.
She can play.
And
She can check.
yeah,
She can
Yeah, she
exactly.
guard.
And
can.
I
For
can't
us, she was
Best
our
believe
best
defender.
defender.
Yeah.
I can't believe that she doesn't have big D1 offers yet. I
We
cannot
can
believe
tell
it.
we've been struggling with that for last 2 3 years.
That really irks my soul, guys. Really, honestly, irks my soul because seen her play. I think she's outstanding. She's a natural leader. That's the thing you see from her. She'll put the team on her back, and she's so good at involving, as you mentioned, Jared. Watching the game against North Shore, she involves her teammates at a high level, and she makes that group better. I don't know if they beat Carr, but boy, that will be one tantalizing quarterfinal. I guess my question to the three of you: how good is this Woodlawn team? I know they beat Zachary to win district. I get that, and I don't ever hang hats on one game. But how good is this Woodlawn team to the three of you?
I and they're really good, right? But they so up and down because they'll beat a Huntington, but then they'll come back and struggle with a team that they're supposed to beat by 50. You know what I mean? Like so, no disrespect to my girls at Liberty, all right, but like they'll struggle with a
Mhm.
Liberty. You know what I mean? So then they'll double back and beat a Zachary to win district. So they so up and down. But Amaja is arguably the best player in the state, right? So as long as she come out and say I don't want to lose, hey, she got a great chance of not losing that game. Know what I mean? Like, but she have her games where she be chilling, and she have her games where she just turn up. And I think in the playoffs she gonna turn up all the way. They got a kid named Alia, man, she can hoop. Um, the coach's son, I forgot her name, right? Coach Josh, her daughter, she can hoop. Like, they got some pieces over there at Woodlawn, man. Like, but I don't know.
They
It
pretty
depends on
good.
what Woodlawn you get.
They can win it. Another one who a legit contender. I mean, you got the best player on the floor most nights.
Hmm.
You got the best player on the floor. And to me, it's Aaliyah's the X factor. She can play. She can shoot it. She can really shoot the ball, stretch full. She a mismatch problem. So the games I've saw, she played well and they won. And I'm not sure about the losses. I wasn't really there for the losses, but I would assume
She had to struggle, yeah.
something making them inconsistent over there. Like you said, they fall, they play down to your level. So
Yeah. Yeah.
last playoffs they played up to their level. So I would assume they're gonna do that again this year.
Cause see, ain't man, you saw them against Parkway, right? And they was man giving Parkway everything they can handle.
Hmm.
Parkway?
Like, yeah. So what you remember we went to what was it, Lake Charles?
We went
Woodlawn
to
versus
Lake Charles?
Parkway. When what Walsman beat Curtis, man.
Yeah, dang. What long played Parkway out
Yeah,
there?
they played in the next game.
It was that tournament,
Yeah,
the
in that tournament.
invitations.
Yeah,
I'm
they
trying to
played in the
remember
next
the
game.
game. No, dang.
Yeah, no, they played them for sure. They put the little small guard on Amaja, man. Like it was a good game. It was a good game for sure. Like,
V,
but
Damn, I
VK
can't
Jones is
remember.
here with us now. VK, I know you got a question for the Only Opinion podcast guys.
Well, I just wanted to say a little something and everything. Saying, y'all doing a great job. It's good to have y'all on the show. Came a little late and everything. I came into it when y'all was talking about the Ponchatoula and Carr matchup and
Hmm.
everything. The biggest thing I'm going to say about that is the fact that with Ed and the Carr, here's the thing about them. They have not been this deep in the playoffs it's been a long while since the Jessica Barber days. So
Yeah.
it's for them getting to the quarter with Coach Antoine would be big. But at the same time, the thing about that game is Carr's gonna have to earn their lunch because the thing is you're going against a not just the fact of a Ponchatoula team that's battle tested, but you're going against maybe the most seasoned player on the floor, and that's Alyssa Hillen, and
Hmm.
that's been on that team for 3 years, been into what two top 28s.
yeah.
So for her, that is a seasoned player that's going to want her team more than anything else to try to get past Carr. And I tell you, that's going to be a big hurdle. I think it's going to be a great ball game. I would not be surprised that goes down to the wire because the fact that Carr's going to have to step their game up. That was huge for them to win at Walker. That was huge for them. And they're proven to be a very good commodity that they're going to have to step it up more if they meet because more than anything else, we know Kaz Antoine is unbelievable. She's a great player. The X factor is Sanaa Bean. She has to show up. she has to show up because what we seen against Curtis, if they meet again, if Curtis and Carl meets again, and Sanabi does not show up, and if she played like she played, Amani Daniel is gonna have her for lunch, and that's facts because you got it in big games. You have to show up. Sanabine is a talent. She's very good, but the thing is, in big ball games, you gotta really step it up. So that is going to be a huge factor when they face Ponchatoula. She's going to have to really step that game up and take a lot of pressure off of Cass Antoine. If they do that, Carl has a great chance of winning. But I think, I think some of the guys said about Ponchatoula, they bring maybe potential problems. So I really think that's going to be a great one. But I want to ask you guys this: in the so far, which team that you have seen around in the state that has been very impressive to you? What do you think? Who do you think is like has the maybe the best all around team in the state to you, in your opinion?
Southern
For the
Lab.
girls' side?
John Curtis.
John Curtis.
I
I'm gonna
think
say
if
Southern
John
Lab.
Curtis plays, I mean, if Imani plays against Southern Lab, John
Yeah.
Curtis wins that game because now you can't post Bailey up with Shayla. Now
Right.
Monty can say you got to see me in the post now, and you're not moving Monty out there, right? So I think John Curtis. I think John Curtis or Walsman. I'm not gonna disrespect Walsman, but that was a 2-point game, right? So John Curtis or Walsman is the top two teams for me.
Team, it's Curtis, but I would want to say Zachary though. Zachary just so deep, bro. They got a squad, man.
But
Wicked
Zachary
player.
lost to Walsman by 17 twice and lost to I don't know. And I like Zachary a lot.
Inconsistent for sure, but the landscape of the team is wonderful. If I wish I had that team going into the playoffs if I was coaching.
Yeah.
They got the team I want, but I mean Curtis, the starting five, I don't see a better starting five than Curtis do.
Yeah, me neither. Me
Yeah,
neither.
that Bailey,
Yeah,
Cassandra,
good.
yeah, Imani is something else.
Yeah, I'm
Let
gonna
me
say
ask you.
Southern Lab though.
I
Because
Okay, I'm sorry, Chad. Go ahead.
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, you good. So I'm gonna say Southern Lab because just they got such great guards, and I know Curtis guards are wonderful, but I think Shella is the Gatorade Player of the Year in the state. If I had a
Okay.
vote, and the way like she's come back from the injury is just impressive, and they guard like they defend probably just as good as Curtis. When they're locked in. And when they choose to press, like it's like right there. So that's why I'm gonna just say Southern Lab. And they beat Curtis, so that's why I'm picking them.
All right.
Yeah.
Um, I want to ask y'all about the Lafayette Lions. Lafayette, can they be a spoiler also? They won a championship, I believe, 2 years ago.
Against
Uh,
John Curtis, yep.
yeah. So can this Lafayette team be a spoiler?
Absolutely. Like Kyra is so good, and they got this big that's pretty solid. I watched them go against Edna Carr too. I watched a lot of Edna Carr basketball. Shout out to Carr. But
Definitely.
yeah, Edna Carr won by at a buzzer beater against Lafayette. Like they tough. Like that's a tough team, and they point guard is man. She's so underrated. Her
Yeah.
and Anara from Walls, like that kid is so underrated. So yeah, you can't go wrong with Lafayette. I don't see them really upsetting the big dogs though, right? Like I don't see them really tackling the big dogs, but they're tough out though for sure.
Okay.
Just with that guard alone.
Definitely tough out. It's a guard's game, and they have one of them ones.
Yeah,
I you know I only saw him once. I think at the Madison Prep thing, so I'm not sure how they moving along this year. But of course, Lafayette could do it. I mean, they used to being around the championship as of lately. I don't know, last 4 or 5 years.
yep.
I mean, I
All
could
right.
see 'em- I mean, they're gonna beat St. Joseph, but I could see them losing in the second round for sure.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be shocked if they make it to the quarters. They definitely not wouldn't beat Huntington, but I wouldn't be shocked if they made it to the quarters.
Oh, you got
Gotcha.
them losing to Dominican.
Yeah.
Who?
Shout out to your district, man.
Lafayette.
You got Lafayette losing to Dominican?
Shout out to
Yeah.
your district, Chad. You love your district, man.
No, I've seen the people play multiple
I
times. Like,
Lafayette or Dominican?
Dominican. Like they rebound the ball so well.
Curtis beat them people by 30, and I get that.
I'm not saying Dominican gonna beat Curtis. Like
my fault. You right. My fault, King. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My fault.
I think it depends on the matchup to me. Dominican, they could. But here's the thing. If Lafayette presents an interesting matchup and plays with no fear, I see Lafayette pulling off the upset. I see it because we didn't see it a year ago. Lafayette making that run a year ago, getting to the quarterfinals last year. So, and they got a really good coach. Both coaches are really good. Coach Ruder and also the coach at Lafayette. Two very good coaches. Yes, very good coaches. So it'll be a very good coaching matchup more than anything else. But if Lafayette presents an interesting matchup and they play with no fear, especially going against Dominican in a tough place to win. So, it depends on what happens. Because if they present a good matchup, it could be very interesting.
Lafayette by 10 plus.
I'm gonna go with you, CD. Lafayette by 10 plus.
Yeah, I'm with CD also.
Listen, if Lafayette had the schedule that Dominican had this year, Lafayette would be a number 5 seed.
Yes,
there you go.
So
Chad,
Chad,
I want to ask you this question before we move on to the Division 2. What will it take for Mount Carmel to win tomorrow against LW Higgins? You ain't got to give me the game plan, but give me something.
Showing up.
Nah. We just gotta be like they probably gonna make it a little ugly. They're gonna they might try to press us, but they're gonna play a lot of zone. And we just gotta hit shots, like outside shots. So
20 plus points tomorrow.
Chad, you gotta go out there and shoot fun, huh?
We gonna be straight.
Wait, why y'all playing on Wednesdays?
You could play as early as you want. We could have played today if we wanted. Like you got to play the game by.
And Slidell decided that. Dang. All right.
All right, guys. We at Division 2 right quick. We're not gonna stay too long on Division 2. My question to you is.
Nope. Nobody.
There it is.
Nobody.
Can anybody be Walton?
No.
Nobody. No disrespect to nobody in that division. Now I like Iowa. I like them to make it. So I'm gonna say we really could talk about who's gonna come in second. And I like Iowa coming in second. Okay. But yeah, it's nobody beating Walsman. Like it's almost nobody in the state. Forget division wise, nobody in the state can beat Walsman. If we did a big national championship in our state, Walsman will win it all. Right? But
that would be a semifinals matchup though.
Iowa.
Yeah, they number 4.
Oh yeah, sorry, Iowa. Y'all. I'm sorry, man. That's over.
Hold on. So who y'all had winning the non-select with Curtis now?
Okay. Division 1 select. My fault. I did skip over that. Thank you, CD. When Imani back, I got Curtis. Yeah, I got Curtis.
You just wanted to hear it, huh? See, you wanted to hear it, huh?
I mean, I wanted some of the controversy. I might not have Curtis.
Joe got Tula.
No, I got Curtis. You remember on our show, I said Tula can beat anybody besides John Curtis. And I don't think they can beat Huntington either. But I think besides John Curtis and Huntington, Tula got a chance against anybody in that division.
Agreed.
But yeah, I got John Curtis. by not by a lot though. It's crazy. By 20.
All right.
By 20.
I got Curtis
Mount Carmel, right, Chad?
You said Mount Carmel.
Oh yeah, I got Mount Carmel.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna get fired tomorrow. You good now?
we can revisit this if we make it past the second round.
There you go. Definitely. VK, you got a question about Division 2 non-select?
Well, Division 2 non-select. I'm gonna say this about Division 2 non-select. It's based, and me and JB talked about it last night, guys. We basically said it's the Walsman Invitational.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just who's gonna be the team that's gonna go against them in the championship. That's what basically is gonna be. The only team that that to me has really have beaten Walsman, and I have Walsman probably the number 2 best team in the state all around, is Parkway. Parkway to me is my number 1, the best team all around the state in the girls. I mean, it's amazing what Coach Gloria has done with that program. And last season, nobody thought that they was going to go back to back, and it was amazing what they did with a younger team, and now with all them returning, they have outdone themselves. They even beat Washman early in the season in a close ball game. So, but Washman is just it just stands out. But which team do you think, guys, will be right there in the end with Washman? Which team
In
might beat
Division
them in
9
the
two
championship?
select?
And not
Like
and
you
in
saying like
Division
in
two,
the championship?
in the championship. Who's
Oh,
going to
okay.
meet them in the championship?
Is Iowa on the same side?
Iowa
Yeah.
is the 4th seed, same side with Wasserman.
Iowa. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I had Iowa. But let me see who else they got. I don't want to disrespect nobody.
I'm gonna say Albany.
Um, no, I watched
Didn't they go
Albany,
last
man.
year? Wait, who did Washington play last year?
Albany, right?
I think they played
No, they
Albany.
played somebody they won by 95
I don't
points
know.
to.
They
Yeah.
must have played Albany in the semifinals.
Their last one is when they beat, I think, Madison Prep like 2 years ago when they
Wait, hold up. I see. Oh no, wait. Oh, is it Iowa or Iota? No, it's Iowa. I'm tripping. No,
Iowa.
I guess North Vermillion. I ain't gonna. They the 2 seed. I don't know too much about them, right? But they the 2 seed for a reason, apparently. So I like them meeting up with Wassman to hold up that runners up trophy, man.
Me too.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
were.
When we done, I want to talk Parkway versus John Curtis, man. I know it ain't a matchup
Speak
we
your
gonna
mind.
see.
Speak your mind.
I think with Imani playing, John Curtis beats Parkway, and it
Okay.
might be by 5 to 10. Because I don't think Parkway got the guard play that can handle Dakota not bringing that ball up the court against none of those guards. No disrespect to Dakota, I love her game. She's not bringing that ball up the court against none of those guards. And Monty can bang with her in that post area. So yeah, John Curtis might run away with that game. I ain't gonna lie. Like that's a horrible matchup for Parkway. If it ever was to happen, like only reason why Wasson beat John Curtis was because of Nara. You could not pressure her to save your life. She put her body on Kiki and just walked her down the court the whole time. If she would have dribbled that ball in front of Kiki, Kiki was taking that. But like
Hmm.
she got that old man game. You know what I mean? Like so. But now I don't think Parkway got the guards that can get that ball up past half court consistently against John Curtis.
Kiki,
Not
one of
gonna
the
lie.
best on-ball defenders in the state.
Man, in the
Definitely.
country, man. And man, that kid is so good on ball. I ain't gonna lie. But
Yes.
CD been saying that for years though.
see,
Gotta
he
give it
said that Kiki can lock up Michaela Williams. Let's say that on the live, man.
I did not say
He ain't
that.
gonna claim that one.
Did
I,
not say
I
that.
think I
He
think
don't
the
never claim that one.
I
I
think
know.
when Kiki went against Kaz Antoine, that was really, really interesting. That was a
I think
real interesting watch, right, Jared? We was out
Yes.
there. That was a real interesting watch because you see a couple times Kiki really played hard, made some stops, made plays, and then Kaz just came right back at him, man. I mean, that was like money's worth right there. You know what I'm saying?
Those
You just
money's
love to see
worth.
stuff. You love to see stuff like that.
Yes. I think Cass grew up that game too.
me too. Me
Yes.
too.
I think that was a good game that Cass needed.
Yeah.
A good matchup. Who about to be in your you know what all game. I don't need no help. And I think Cass grew in that game. She come back and man, she went off against Walker. I mean, it probably immediately helped her.
Immediately, I agree with that.
I agree.
Immediately.
Yes. Yes.
She went on a run in that second quarter against Walker, and it was crucial. But that helped Carl more than anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think Carl have a legit chance. And he on the right side to me to get to the chip and win it. You know,
Definitely.
Oh, you think she gonna come back against? So she learned from that loss against Curtis. You think she gonna come back and beat Curtis in the championship?
no, that's what I'm saying. You know, Curtis got to meet Huntington. You know, I
That's
think
gonna be a battle though.
Curtis
Ooh.
got to see Huntington in the semis. And man, it's hard to say it, but I think Huntington can beat Curtis. To me, they got what you need to beat them. They
Huntington is so
Even with
inconsistent.
Amani?
even with a
Huntington
lot,
too.
they
Huntington
they
too
No way.
inconsistent.
they have what you need. If we gonna play man like Curtis, they not gonna do nothing different. They gonna play man, and they got the two dogs that's gonna mess a man up. You gotta throw something at Huntington to me to beat him.
Yeah.
Like how Walker did, throwing zones and making them work, making them think. You know, and they inconsistent because they've been having all type of behind the scenes stuff going
Yeah,
on with
yeah.
Huntington. But
He
when
Wait,
it
lost
comes,
to
GP.
Woodlawn too, right? Huntington lost to Woodlawn too, huh?
yeah, I was
I
at
think
that
so.
game, a different game. Kendall in foul trouble the first half.
Yeah.
Carly fouled out first play of the full quarter. And the
Okay.
big girl didn't play. And
All right.
the red girl didn't play.
George
So
Peppers, I know you got something to say.
I do. Two things. First, who's picking Huntington to beat Curtis? Because I tell you what, let that matchup happen. I'll give you 10 points in Huntington. I'll give you 10 in Huntington. I cannot get behind a helter skelter basketball team. That is a team that goes up and down. You guys have harped on the inconsistencies. The second thing I want to bring up, and this is more opinionated. Again, me, Jared, myself, Jared, and VK were at that Curtis game. All of us were. The other impression I came away with, and post game, was when Carr beat Walker. I think Carr benefited the way they lost from Curtis. In a rematch situation, even with Imani Daniels back, and I get Sanaya Bean's going to have to up her game. VK, you're right. 100% right. She's going to have to up her game. Do you think Carr didn't watch that game, ain't going to watch that game tape if they get Curtis? That they've watched that tape and said, wait a minute, they took us out of our element. They played our style of basketball. We've got to readjust and force them out of their element. You
The
know,
yeah, Curtis.
the
that's the thing that gives Carr a legit chance to win this state title. I still believe at the end of the day, Alondra Brown is a wizard. Her defensive teams are incredible, and they're just going to be so problematic, and they just take you out of a comfort zone that you really cannot find your way back in. You know, when you look at that matchup.
That's
Now, I
true.
wanted, and that's just to me, that's great coaching. You know, and nothing against Carr. I think they're an incredible team. I personally think at the end of the day, and Nakar and John Curtis are going to rematch in Hammond for the title. I just, I think at the end of the day, those teams are going to see each other for the championship. And we're in for a massive, massive treat. Why? Because I don't think Curtis is going to do what they did in game one, meaning get out to a 20 plus point lead, force Carr out of their element. I think the one player that I forget which one of you mentioned it, that I think learned from that game of anybody is Cass. Look what she did against Walker. She played takeover basketball in that game at Walker, and they were able to procure the win the way they did. That rematch, Curtis Carr, that is going
so
to be top of the line stuff.
my opinion on that, Walker presses the 2-2-1, whatever all game, right? So you break that, it's kind of like you make the right pass, you good. Curtis not
Yeah,
giving no gimmick stuff. It's not
at
saying
all.
Walker's giving gimmick. It's
Curtis don't
simple.
do nothing special. They
Not you don't
playing
gotta
man
watch
to man.
film on Curtis.
They
It's
playing
simple
man to man.
as
I
I'm gonna
don't.
pick you.
Only thing I disagree with is Allegra Brown being a wizard. I think they doing the same thing. They not. They don't have no help on the sideline, in my opinion. They
But,
going out there
you
and
say
doing
that.
what they've been doing in the last 4 or 5 years. That's what they've been doing.
Hey,
Sure.
what's the old axiom? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
True.
Ooh,
If it
She
ain't
not
doesn't
broke,
hurt
breaking,
brother,
her.
don't fix it.
but
She
I'm
doesn't
saying
hurt
that
her.
to say they not changing nothing.
Not
It's
at all.
Yeah, what you
nothing at
see is
all.
what you get.
So it's
Yeah.
the easiest team to do film on. But they got the best guards to work it.
But they execute is what makes them so good. Their execution is top class. John Curtis. You know, when they throw a game plan together, they're going to run it defensively,
It's no
offensively.
game plan.
Yeah, their game plan is pick
It's
up full
man to
court
man,
Yep,
full court. That's how we win. It's
that's
no
what it
game.
is.
The
for
offensive
37 straight
garbage, they
games.
don't do nothing crazy. They play
Yeah.
man to
That's why
man.
I'm
They hope
scratching
they
my
don't
head
get
at how
hurt
they lost
during
the
the game.
lab.
Yeah, I mean,
Money not being there.
Yeah, mine is the
yeah,
main
they
thing.
need their players because
Yeah.
they're not getting no help from the sideline. That's
I think I think
for sure.
Go ahead,
they
VK.
they have
Oh, Chad, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chad.
oh, you good. They have such good guards that, and this is no disrespect to Alindra, like they have such good guards that they can make plays. They basically just have to have a coach that's not going to get in the way. Like that's how good Curtis is. And again, no disrespect to their coach,
Mm-hmm.
but she does a good job of not getting in the way. Like she's gotten better, like when to call timeouts and stuff like that. But it's no secret what they're gonna do. You know, you
Yeah,
could try to play them zone. They're gonna make plays. Like it's simple offense that they run. So they just got the
I
player.
That's what I think can hurt Curtis in a 100 game or something like that, because at some point you may need some help from the sideline. You can't just think man to man. All right, y'all do it. Y'all get it done. That don't win you championships. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you need some help. You need some help. I understand where you're coming from, thinking, oh, it's the game plan and stuff like that. Me being around, I know these kids play man to man their whole life, been doing it their whole life, playing like that. So, like you say, she do a great job at not getting in the way. But they definitely could be better on offensive schemes and even throwing different defenses at you just to make some happen. It just, like you said, it's just so good. It's so good defensively. It's like, might as well just stay out the way.
Yeah.
VK, I'm gonna give you the last question for these guys.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna ask you guys this. Going outside of Division 1 and 2, we have seen a couple of programs that have improved a lot, especially in the Southeast Louisiana area that was doormats in the past. One is Saint Scholastica. Saint Scholastica years and years ago was a doormat for a district that was featured Cabrini, Xavier Prep, St. Mary's Academy. And now, last couple of years, they have made playoff appearances. Last season, they got to the quarterfinals. Also, another team, Academy of Sacred Heart in New Orleans. The big improvement from them, that was another team that was a doormat. And now, last season, they made it all the way to the quarters last year, and returning a whole lot of players this year. And they're the number 2 seed in Division 3 in the select side. What are your thoughts on those two programs, especially the chance of Academy of Sacred Heart possibly making their first appearance to the top 28 if they make it?
So I could speak on Sacred Heart. Last 2 years, I was coaching at Sophie B. Wright, and they were in the same district. So I got to see them up close and personal. And I know 2 years ago when we saw them, they had like some talent, but they were young. And so, I don't even know if they had any seniors 2 years ago. So like the fact that they've been kind of playing together for the last 3 years, like it's their time. I'm not shocked that they are, the number 2 seed in that class. I don't see them winning it all, but I think they're due, based on like the runs that they've been making the past 2 years.
That's a tough one for me because I'm not familiar with Saint I'm not even sure.
I'm on the same kick, man.
I'm wishing the best.
They're from the North Shore.
I know a little SSE. I know a little bit about SSE, right? With Emily, they solid, right? But yeah, I'm not that familiar with them. That's a great question that me and CD got to do a little more homework on, man.
That's one thing about this basketball, this in high school, man. It's hard to keep up and try.
It is
about all these teams, man. So I be trying to say, like, it's no disrespect to none of them schools and girls we be missing out on, but it's tough to try to know about everything.
It is.
It's tough. It's definitely tough.
Shout out to them teams, man.
One thing I want to say, like, one thing that we do good on our podcast is we do not try to act like we know what we don't know about. Like, we don't even go beyond. We don't go beyond like Division 2, like, because we just not familiar. Like, we know a few teams in other classes, like, but we couldn't tell you about nobody in Division 4 outside of Southern Lab. Like, that's just reality,
Yeah.
So we don't even act like
Lafayette Christian in Division 3.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Tulip beat SSA by 45 this year. Yeah, man, we gave them a moment though. Shout out to SSA, man, for sure.
Shout out to
SSA.
Yeah,
man. Good luck to everybody. But thank y'all for having us on, man.
Definitely. Hey, man, I say let's do this again when the quarterfinals hit up, so we can go into more details with the quarterfinal games.
We definitely gonna talk before that Curtis and Curtis Carr versus Ponchatoula. We gotta talk.
Definitely.
Yeah. I might be game planning for a quarterfinals game.
Yeah, you might
somehow could beat Woodlawn.
Yeah.
You talking about LA Soul game plan? What you talking about, Chad?
Shut up.
Hey, best first round matchup. Saint Amand Slidell Thursday.
Okay,
The
okay.
first round, right?
I
That's
agree.
the
Yup, send them out. Slide, yeah, I agree.
It is.
We're streaming Hornville versus HL Bourgeois. Hornville beat them by 8 points in the regular season in the district. So we streaming that Thursday night.
That's
Gotcha.
fine. We're gonna be tuned in. We're gonna be tuned in.
Right.
So appreciate y'all, man, for
Hey
having us
JB,
for
I'm,
sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit you up on the
man.
side because I got a lot of questions for you,
All right, brother.
like
That's cool.
non-basketball. So
All
appreciate
right.
y'all.
Good.
Definitely, brother.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
man.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Have a good one.
Appreciate it.
All right, y'all
Thank you,
too.
guys.
Definitely.
You're welcome, bro.
All right. Cool. That was
That was
fun,
fun.
man. Only
Good.
Opinions podcast, talking basketball. A lot of fun, man. And Coach Chad coaches with LA Soul with Joe and assistant at Mount Carmel, and Coach CD. That is Shakai's dad, VK.
Wow. And how and I didn't I know you told me, but you kind of reminded me. I kind of forgot for a second. But how is she doing? How is
Shakai
Chicago?
killing it out there in Florida, man. She killing it.
And she's what, a junior this year?
Sakai is a junior. Yes, she is. Another
Oh,
year
okay,
left.
great.
Sakai's killing it.
So she's committed right now, or she's at a lot of
She's
schools are
not committed. She's not committed yet.
not
Not yet.
committed yet. So a
Her re-
lot of schools looking at her to get us. So
yes, her
you
recruitment
know,
is still going on. All
well,
right, guys.
we do miss her a lot, man. Because
I told her daddy that, bro. I said
man,
that hurt my soul when she transferred to Florida. That hurt my soul, man.
mhm.
That was greatness, man. Jada Reshaw, we saw her. She went to LSU, and I was like, okay, we got Sakai next in line for 2 years, and no, Sakai gone to Florida. That hurt my soul,
It
man. But
that was something that was like, it was just a huge. It's unbelievable. We have been seeing the last 4 or 5 years that players leaving here to go to bigger and better. And when you look at it, it does work for the better.
yo,
It does
correct.
work for the better. You know what I'm saying? Years ago, we didn't think that for Craig Victor. We
Mm,
always thought for Craig Victor, he should have stayed at St. Aug. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he's doing good in life. But at the same time, I still think he should have stayed at St. Aug, regardless of the fact you was already ranked. He was already ranked in the country. Like, I understand the competition is not what it is, but dude, you're still ranked in the nation. Go finish it all and get recruited. But it is what it is with that. But I think things have changed over the years, and I can understand that it is for the better now for these kids. Maybe to just, you look at Cy Merritt from Aug, he's doing great. Destum's doing well. You look at Corey Chess. Look at the difference. I mean, you leave, go to another school, and he's wound up at LSU.
hmm
So I mean, it's a big understandability sometimes. Like, you want to get somewhere where you be recognized and not just that be in a better situation. And I would be surprised some other players after this year. You might have one or two might be leaving out the programs. I can't say who it is, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised that might happen again.
George, you got something to say quickly?
In reference to the interview, look, those guys are incredibly good. Only opinions. They're formulative. They do
Yeah.
their work, and it was great to have them on. But I stand by what I said. If Curtis and Huntington do link up in the semi, or is it the semi? Yeah, it is the semi 1-4. Okay, I'm telling you, who was that? Coach Joe? I think that said Huntington would beat him. Or was it Chris?
It might have been. It might have been Chris. It was Chris. It was Chris. It
I
was
just
Chris.
completely blanked. Um, I'd be willing to give 10 points, and I'm not a betting man in high school. I don't, I just don't see a team that is so zippity doo up and down like Huntington. But at the end of the day, when we look at these brackets, and we've given our opinions for the most part. And VK, I'm with you. I mean, I'm glad you're on board with the fact that Ponchatoula has a very capable chance of beating Carr. But in saying that, if we're making predictions for the championship, is it going to be tough to deny Curtis Carr rematch Division 1 select? I don't know. I think it's going to be very difficult. I mean, are there capable teams? Surely. And then you mentioned D2 VK about Wasserman. What about Bastrop as the 8? That's not an interesting quarterfinal.
It would be an interesting quarterfinal, but at the same time, Wassman has
It's still Wasman's show.
Wasserman
You're right.
has owned Bastrop.
You remember
They
last
have,
year
They have
when
owned
we
them.
had both coaches on the show and it was a big time matchup that was about to happen,
and they won by
and
30, I think.
Wasman beat them bad.
At Bastrop.
Yes, at
Yeah.
Bastrop.
Yeah, I remember
Yes.
that.
Woo.
And
But I'm saying it's a year. It's a different
and it,
year. I'm not saying Bastrop beats Wasman. I don't see
and
it
did they
happening, y'all.
and did
It
they
ain't
mean the
happening.
playoffs again last year? At that,
They did.
You-
They
yes.
did.
I
Did
know
they
they
meet
had
Uh,
a
again?
district. They had a district tournament.
Probably district tournament.
yeah, the last
Yeah,
game of the
district
district
Yeah,
was the first
playoffs
meeting,
is a different story.
and Wasman smoked
But
them.
at the same time, I think Walshman has owned them. I think to me, you know what I'm saying, the Curtis Huntington matchup, here's the thing about that. And I'm gonna say this. Curtis can win and he should win. But I think Huntington, and here's the thing, Huntington was deep in the playoffs last year. It's different when you go against a season playoff team. So I'm telling you, I think Huntington will give Curtis a time. I think Curtis will get by, but I ain't gonna lie, Huntington is gonna give Curtis a time. I'm gonna give them that because the thing about a seasoned playoff team, they have no fear, and they're going to come out there and they're going to give Curtis
But
everything they have. I would not be
I
surprised
got,
Curtis would win. Curtis will
I
get
gotta
by
stop
and
you.
win. I get what you're coming from, but we've seen
Hmm.
scenarios like this before. We've seen this before.
I don't see it.
I'm just saying,
I don't
you
see it.
don't see it.
I feel what you're saying. I feel that. But John Curtis ain't seasoned. This
Not,
is a
and,
team that
not.
and the
doesn't
state
know how to
champions.
win.
They are defending state champs.
I mean,
They're
dog,
defending state
brother,
champions.
brother.
So they season, right?
The narrative
VK,
doesn't
you
fit.
big on season and experience.
I'm big
Yeah,
on I'm big
yeah.
on it because of the fact that it's a potentially good matchup. I'm saying that.
I
I
don't
I
think. I
I'm
just
just saying I rather listen, if it's a season playoff
That's right.
team.
Their coach was suspended some games. That's right, Mr. Marcus.
that's true.
Mhm,
All right,
exactly.
guys. Yeah, we're
Move
gonna
on.
move on. We got about 20 minutes left. I want us to quickly pick the winners of the first round matchups for Division One and Division Two. Can we do that?
Yes, sir. Do it.
Let's
Just
do
give
it.
me the name. I'm going to start with Division Two non-select. I'm gonna get the bracket up.
Oh wait, hold up. When you going to
Yeah,
select, not
Division
select,
Two
you going.
non-select. That's
All right, so I can get my bracket
all
together. I
right.
got it.
So Wasman number one seed. They have to buy 16 Rain, 17 Carroll. I'm going with the visiting team Carroll to defeat Rain. VK.
Carol.
Okay.
Make it three of us. I got Carol as well. A little more seasoning on their end. I think Carol gets
All
it
right.
done.
We have Northwest hosting Minden. Give me the 9 seed Northwest.
Northwest.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt here. The 9 seed gets it done. Northwest,
All
and they
right.
move on.
Bastrop versus Cecilia. Give me the Rams of Bastrop.
Bastrop.
This isn't a football game. Bastrop,
All right.
easy.
And on my TV right now, the Hornville Tigers, the boys, had defeated Destrehan 53-45. All
Mm.
right. Abbeville and Livonia. Give me the 5 seed Abbeville.
Abbeville.
I'm gonna go with Abbeville as well. I'm looking ahead to the next matchup, but Abbeville should
All
win
right.
that.
Number 12, St. Martinville versus 21 Pearl River. Give me St. Martinville.
Give me St. Martinsville as well.
Same, but Pearl River is going to give them a little bit of a challenge. I think St. Martinville pulls through, but Pearl River is going to give it to them a
All
little bit.
right. 13 Bruley against 20 Beauchene. Give me 13 Bruley.
Give me Bruley as well.
Truly.
All right. Cool deal. Lucas Hill. See y'all in a few weeks in Hammond. That's right, Lucas. You sure will, buddy. Our buddy Lucas Hill that we met in the Superdome. All right. Moving on down, fellas. Opelousas versus Franklin Parish. Woo! Give me Opelousas in a close one.
Opelousas by the skin of their teeth. It's gonna be that close.
Yeah, this is the 14-19 that will be a tooth and nail fight. I'm going to go with the home team as well, though, to make it
All right.
unanimous.
West Feliciana hosting Assumption. Give me West Feliciana.
Give me the Lady Saints.
Hmm.
The Saints are marching in and are marching on. West Louisiana to the
All
second
right.
round.
South Beauregard hosting Plaquemine. Give me South Beauregard.
South Beauregard.
Yeah, no doubt. Go with the six. South Beauregard.
All right. Albany hosting Lutcher. Give me Albany.
Congrats on a very nice season for Lutcher, but Albany will go forward.
All right.
If this was football, I'd pick Lutcher, but this is basketball. Albany.
Okay. Um, Lakeshore against South Terrebonne. Give me the Lakeshore Lady Titans.
Lakeshore moves on.
It's so tempting, but not that tempting. I was saying I was going to do the Remember the Titans line, but give me the Titans as well. The Lady
All
Titans
right.
move on.
LaGrange girl used to be a big time powerhouse in basketball. They're trying to get back there. And I got LaGrange winning this first round game against Iota. Give me LaGrange.
I'm gonna go with Lagrange as well.
I'll go with Lagrange and maybe go as far as to say maybe they could upset North Vermilion. Maybe. But I'm going to pick them to beat
All
Iota.
right. Let's go to Division Two Select.
Select. Okay.
All right. Here we go. New Orleans matchup. Sophie B. Wright versus Eleanor McMain. Oh, man. Give me the Lady Mustangs of McMain in this one.
I will go with the home team, Lady Warriors of Sophie B. Wright.
Okay.
Mm. Can't go wrong picking a 16,
Yeah.
17, right? Coin flip. Oof. Dang. I'm going to go with the home team as well. Sophie B gets it done
All
close.
right. The winner of that game will take on number 1 seed and the favorite to win it, University Lab.
Right.
Number 9 Buckeye versus 24 St. Charles Catholic. Give me give me
You were
I
thinking
am,
about it,
man,
aren't you?
cause these past couple of
I
years when
feel
it
you.
come to Buckeye, man, they having a good record and
They've been gone in the
you see the
first round.
schedule and then they lose in the first round.
They don't, but they don't
That's
play
the
nobody.
thing.
Buckeye.
That's the thing. That's why I'm like, ooh, can St. Charles do it? Give me Buckeye. Give me Buckeye. I'm gonna rock with them in the first round.
You know what? The hell with it. St. Charles.
He's going for it.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Going for it.
I feel that. All I know is that this. How about a shot before I pick this game? Shout out to Frederick Douglass. The year they've had, they have now had to bye. They got a very favorable second round matchup. How about a shout out to those young ladies from Frederick Douglass? They've had an
Hey,
outstanding year.
Coach Nunnery was watching the show, and he texted me while Only Opinions was talking. He said, "You need me on this show." Acronym.
He was gonna put them in their place.
No, I don't know, but he told me
Mm.
UBU. Y'all figure out what UBU means. The letters UBU. Y'all figure out what it means.
Oh, letter. Okay,
Yeah, y'all
UBU.
figure it out. They say it a lot in New Orleans. We can't say it on this show.
Yeah.
Oh no,
He
not at
talking to
all. I
me.
think okay, I get you. But as far as the matchup, VK, you picking St.
Give me
Charles? You
St.
said.
Charles.
I feel that. Dang boy. And I know Buckeye because I live near there. You know, they're in St. Line, that same district with Bucky and all them
Be
people.
quick, buddy.
I'm picking. I'm gonna. Trepidantly, I'm gonna pick the home team. I'm going Buckeye, but
Yeah, I kind of think whoever wins that game, they're in trouble against Douglas.
getting down. They're going out. They're going out in
Yeah,
round
I
2.
agree. All right, move down. Madison Prep, the 5th seed, gets a bye. We have 12 Glen Oaks versus 21 St. Michael, the Archangel. I think this is another district matchup, but give me Glen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go. It's been a while since we heard this name,
Mm-hmm.
and that used to be a hell of a program in girls
Yeah, make it quick.
basketball. Welcome back, Glen Oaks. Glen Oaks, second round.
Who you got, George?
I'm gonna go with Glen Oaks as well. Tough
All
matchup
right.
though.
And they're gonna winner that game plays Madison Prep. Edie White gets a bye. They'll wait Willow, the Willow School, and Istruma. Give me 20 seed Istruma over the Willow School.
I agree.
30.
Over the stream.
30. Well, both of y'all, boy. I was ready to take this one. I got a Struma as well. Upset.
All right. Marcus Thomas said Madison Prep is a sleeper here, not really a sleeper, but their record doesn't reflect the talent. some of that top kids been hurt. No, yeah, definitely, bro, definitely. Uh, all
No
right.
doubt.
Moving on. Parkview Baptist, the third seed. They got to buy. Madison Prep beat them for the district championship. Abramson and Laranger. Oh man, I'm I'm feeling Laranger. I'm gonna go Laranger.
Gotta go with a program that's always been there, Laranger.
But shout out to Abramson for the year they've had. I mean, grabbing a home playoff game, winnable. But I'm with you guys. I'm going to go with the visitors,
All
LaRoger.
right, Peabody hosts Lake Charles College Prep. Give me Peabody.
Peabody.
Mm, Peabody.
Winner of that game will travel to Hannon next week. Booker T. Washington, New Orleans, the seventh seed. They got to bye. They await the winner of Leesville and Bunkie. Give me Leesville.
I agree. I'm gonna go with Leesville as well.
Leesville.
All right. George Washington Carver versus North Side. Give me Carver in a very, very tight ball game.
I agree. I'm gonna go with the Lady Rams of Carver.
Home edge gets the win.
All
Carver
right.
by 6.
Vanderbilt Catholic awaits the winner of that
Yep.
game. We're gonna go to Division One, non-select now.
Non-select. Okay.
Non-select. Parkway gets the bye. Airline and Thibodeau. Home team, Airline.
I'm gonna go with Thibodeau.
And I don't know, VK, that road trip's going to do him in. I think that long trip going up, airline gets it done close.
Okay. Let me see what we got from Mr. Marcus. He says somebody beat University a week or two ago. It must be Madison Prep that beat him. Okay. Number 9, Slidell hosts number 24, Saint Amant. Give me Slidell.
Saint Amar was expected to do some big things. A little disappointed, but they're very talented. But I'm gonna go with Slidell.
I think one of the guys picked Saint Amant to pull the upset, right?
I know Joe
Oh,
was
no.
talking about it big time. Like this is gonna be a big time
Yeah,
game.
he was really harping. He was harping hard on Saint Amant. I don't see it. I got Slidell as well.
Okay. Denham Springs versus Prairieville. Give me Denham Springs.
I'm gonna go with Denham Springs as well. Big shout out to Prairieville in their first year making the postseason.
To make the
Definitely. Big
playoffs.
time.
Yep.
Props to them. Definitely.
Massive props. That said, I'm going to use a VK line here. Once upon a time, this team was a power. Denham Springs used to be that team back in the day. They revisit that at least this round. They get it done, and they should handle it pretty easily. Denham Springs, Lady Yellow Jackets, get the
Denham
dub.
Springs got to the championship game last year and lost to Parkway.
Yes, they did.
All right, Barb against Ruston. Give me the Lady Buccaneers of Barb.
Lady Buccaneers, a sleeper in Division One
A high
non-select.
seed sleeper at that.
Yes, indeed, Barb. Now I'm gonna go with what Mike Coppage was talking about. Barb.
Yeah, he was really singing their praises last week when we had him on the show. I'm going to say this. Bart might get to the championship.
Okay.
That's how good they are. They just might be that team that finds Walker in a neutral court and pops him. But we're picking round 1. If I think they can get to the final, they definitely win round 1. They'll beat Ruston.
Biggest thing is they got to get by the 2-time defending champs on their side if they're gonna get to the title game.
Come on,
Parkway.
Horton.
Parkway.
Oh, Park. No, they don't see him.
Yeah,
They
they're on the
do.
same side
That's
of Bryce.
right. They do. Yeah,
All right.
suckers.
North Shore hosting Benton. Give me North Shore. Cherie Spencer.
Yep.
I gotta agree with you. Cherie Spencer, too talented. That team is too talented. North Shore.
Yeah, I don't see North Shore losing. The road trip's going to do Benton in. North Shore gets it
All
done.
right. Destrehan hosts Washita. These Lady Wildcats are a very dangerous team. Give me Destrehan.
It's been a whole while for Destrehan, man. I'm gonna go with the Wildcats as well.
Me too. And maybe they knock out Horton in round 2,
Maybe so. Let's see.
potentially. I mean, they got that kind of character and that kind of team, but they'll beat Wichita Parish in round one.
All right. Harton awaits the winner of this game. We move down. Zachary, the 3 seed, gets a bye. They'll wait. The game that we will be
Can't pick
streaming
this one.
live on Thursday at 6:30, the Hornville Tigers against the HL Bourgeois Lady Braves. And we're not picking it.
No, we're
We're
not.
not picking it because we're calling the game. So we're just letting you know Zachary awaits the
Right.
winner of that game, but you can catch it on the YouTube page of JB the Sports Guy as we're gonna be streaming that game for you Thursday night. Moving on down, East Ascension against 22 Northwood Shreve. I take East Ascension.
I'll take East Ascension as well.
Make it 3. Unanimous. East
All right,
Ascension.
Natchitoches Central hosting New Iberia. Man, can the Berry make it happen? Not this time. Natchitoches Central.
I agree. Natchitoches Central as well.
They should rename that No Chance. Natchitoches Central should win easy.
Neville hosts West Washita. Give me the Neville Lady Tigers in this one.
Neville Lady Tigers really coming up. They've been really progressing the last couple of years. So I like Neville in this matchup.
It's a doable mini bracket, isn't it, to get to a quarterfinal, Neville? I think they win this first matchup, though, against West Wichita. They'll win that.
Okay. Sulphur hosting East St. John. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, man. East St. John may be able to get this upset. I'm telling you, it's a feeling, but I'm not gonna go with that feeling. I'm gonna go with the Lady Towards of Sulphur in a tight ball game.
Shout out to the Lake Charles South area, man. They've been really starting to come up in girls basketball. You know, that's really huge there. East St. I think it's gonna be a close game. East St. John is continuing to improve and trying to get their program back to where they used to be under Troy Torodano, who passed away years and years ago. Had a hell of a program. It's gonna be close, but I take Sulphur.
Okay.
You said you have a feeling,
I
Jared,
do.
right? I'm acting on that feeling. I'm gonna go with it. East St. John upset Sulphur.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Like that.
Now, Walker awaits the winner of this game. Mandeville and Terrebonne. Alana Benoit and the Mandeville Lady Skippers gets the win and takes a quick trip down the road to take on Walker. Give me the Mandeville Lady Skippers and Alana Benoit.
I think Alana Benoit, I think she's just going to be too much, but it's going to be a great game between Terrebonne. I would be surprised they go down the wire. I'll take Mandeville.
Early in the show, what I tell you, Jared, I think Mandeville's got a chance to knock out Walker if they get that matchup. First things first, they got to laser in on this one against Terrebonne. Terrebonne's very dangerous, but I think Mandeville gets it done.
Okay, let's move into the last bracket. Division 1 Select. John Curtis, they have the bye. They'll wait Southwood or Turlings Catholic. I'm gonna go with Southwood. I'm gonna go with Southwood.
Southwood used to be a power. Then all of a sudden they went the lowest of the low last year, losing by 25 in the second round. If this is the time to bounce back, they need to bounce back now. I'm going with Southwood.
Which one of these two is going to get led to the slaughter in round two? I'm going to take Southwood.
Man,
wow,
jeez, George,
woo,
come on, man.
woo.
Have some sympathy, compassion, man. My goodness, you say
Sympathy.
the slaughterhouse.
Look, man,
Man,
Great.
it ain't no
Straight
lowdown.
man.
It is straight savage, but I'm going to pick Southwood because once upon a time they were that team that did some dominating and winning a lot of ball games. 37-1 seasons, state championships, state semifinals. Southwood gets this dub against Turlings Catholic.
All right. Well, tomorrow, guys, we're gonna pick this game. We're picking it, and I'm not gonna get the details for the audience, but you guys know we picking it. All
We
right,
know.
good.
Yeah.
Riverdale versus Kenner Discovery. 9 versus 24. East
Don't
Bank
do it.
rivalry. Coach Burke has done a fabulous job with her Riverdale Lady Scottish Rebels. Fabulous job. Kenner Discovery, coached by Keela Alexander Joseph, who is a great coach, great X's and O's. And I'm telling you, man, do not think she is not planning and has a game plan for this one. This is a great coach. And to me, this game will be closer than what anyone will think. Telling you right now. But I kind of think Riverdale will escape with this one. The Lady Rebels of Riverdale escape in a close one. I do. I think Kingdom Discovery will bring everything. Coach Keeler going to have a great game plan to stop them. I think it's going to be a good ball game.
And I think Kenner Discovery has a lot of veterans, from a couple of years ago that made a playoff run. And they're looking for vengeance this year more than anything else, especially with them not even making the playoffs last year. So they're looking to try to get back in the fold. This is going to be a close game, and it's going to be probably the biggest test for Coach Burke going against Coach Keeler. It's going to be a great coaching matchup. Close ball game, but I'm agree with Jared. Riverdale just gets by and wins.
Rebels. I think Canada Discovery does play them tight for a spell, but I think the Rebels. I think their depth and their uptick in talent. I think is going to be enough to see them through into the next round.
Okay. Alexandria waits the winner of that game. We move down. Dominican has a bye. They'll wait the winner of Lafayette and St. Joseph. Give me the Lady Lions. Lafayette.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with the Lady Lions. Bold prediction. That Wolfenagel Lafayette. I think Lafayette's gonna upset Dominican.
Okay. All right.
Interesting. Yeah, and look, the guys on Only Opinions really hounded on this a little bit too. I'm going to pick Lafayette to win this game as well, guys. I'm going to join the
Okay.
party.
Let's move on now. St. Thomas More and Warren Easton. Huntington awaits the winner of this game. The Lady Cougars of St. Thomas More. I think they get the job done.
I think the Lady Cougars a little more battle tested than Warren Easton. Warren Easton really, really young this year, and especially coming from a really tough district. St. Thomas More.
St. Thomas More through to the next round. Warren Easton, little too young for me. STM gets it.
All right. So we move down Woodlawn. 3C gets a bye. They'll wait. Mount Carmel and LW Higgins. I'm going to pick it. Mount Carmel.
Might be close early. Shout out to my boy Brian Holmes, who's done a great job at Higgins.
He has done a great job. Yes, sir. Yes.
But sorry, dude. It'll be
Huh.
close, but I think Mark Carmel might have a big second half, and they'll win the ball game. It'll be. I got Mark Carmel.
I know Chaz Watson because we just had him on from the opinions, and he coaches at Mount Carmel,
Right.
right? I don't want to upset the apple cart dog. Chad, this one's for you, bro. I got the Cubs, the Lady Cubs.
There
Get
you
it
go.
done.
There you go. Yeah, I think Mark Carmel win this game. All right. Captain Shreve against Ben Franklin. I got Captain Shreve defeating Ben Franklin and going to play Chappelle. And I can
Mhm.
see Captain Shreve maybe upsetting Chappelle, but we'll wait till later on. Well, go ahead, VK. I got Captain Shreve.
I got Captain Shreve as well, and I hate to do this. I got to agree with you, Jared. I think Captain Shreve has a great chance against Chappelle. We discussed Chappelle already and everything, so I can agree with that. I think the matchup might be very interesting.
That road trip isn't a difference for you guys.
No, not this
I
one.
mean, that's
Not
it.
this one.
I think I,
I mean, not that.
I think
Go ahead,
I
VK.
think
I'm sorry.
JB is not really buying. Like he's not. He knows Chappelle's a good program, but he's not buying
He's
that
selling Chappelle in
he's
this
not
spot. I get it.
that is not. He feels that Chappelle's not ready yet.
I feel that. I'm going to go with Captain Shreve to win this matchup. Ben Franklin, nice kickback, but not enough. I think Captain Shreve gets it done.
All right, let's move on down. St. Scholastica awaits the winner of Ponchatoula and Bonneville. And if you watched the show earlier, we already told you we got Ponchatoula heading to the quarterfinals.
To the
So
corner.
I think we all
Yeah,
can go ahead and say it. Ponchatoula, huh?
might as well. I mean, what changes our mind in about 45 minutes? I don't think that's happening. Ponchatoula gets it done.
Name the number.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think I think
savage.
Ponchatoula got two big wins coming up
Yeah.
Thursday and Monday. I
Mhm.
really do. All right. Last one. As Edna Carr waits the winner of Tioga and Liberty. And this is a Liberty squad that was in the semifinals last year against John Curtis.
Right.
So I got Liberty going up to Tioga and getting the win. Give me the Lady Patriots of Liberty.
I'm going with Tioga. I think Liberty they made a good run to get back to the playoffs this year, but they're very inexperienced. I'm gonna go with Tioga.
Okay.
I could see that line of reasoning, but seasoning, you keep harping on it, VK. We talk about playoff seasoning, playoff lights, a little different. Tioga hasn't seen it a lot. Liberty has. Give me the visitors.
All right. There you have it, everybody. Got some games happening tomorrow, and the rest of the girl playoff games happening Thursday, and then Friday, boys, last regular season games on Friday and Saturday. But if you ain't got nothing to do Thursday, no game for you to go to, tune in to the Hashtag Show Game of the Week. The Hornville Lady Tigers against the HL Bourgeois Lady Braves. Game starts at 6:30. We'll come on at around 6:20. A little pregame, and then just stay with us as you watch the game, and we'll see which team will advance to play Zachary. So, George, any last words before we get out of here?
I mean, it's the best time of the year, guys. Playoff time, basketball. Girls are starting up tomorrow. The boys are finishing up their regular seasons this weekend. We are in full playoff mode, and the Hash It Out Show will raise their game, and as we get to these playoffs, and it's gonna be fun stuff. Uh, get out to all the teams that have made the playoffs. We wish you the best of luck. To all the fan bases and the alumnuses, get out and support your teams. Get out there and support them. They've earned this opportunity. They're one of the last 20 something teams in any bracket. Get out there and support them. That would mean so much to those kids and the coaches and everybody involved for your support. There's no excuse. Get out there and support your teams. We're going to see HL Bourgeois and Hahnville Thursday night. It's going to be a festive atmosphere. The district rematch, and those are always the best kind, especially in a playoff scenario. It's going to be great stuff. So, looking forward to being with you guys Thursday night.
Definitely. VK.
And really good show tonight. It was only opinions was it was awesome, and
It was awesome.
I'm glad that I can't wait to have them on again.
I think the quarterfinals,
Mhm.
we can really dig deep even
I
more into the matchups with them.
Yes,
agree, but I have a
cannot wait
question for
for
both
that.
of y'all. I have a question, VK, before you get your statement. If Ponchatoula and Carr link up, would you want to be in the building?
That's already. I know you asked the VK, but that's already like a goal for us to get that.
Okay. Okay,
Yes,
so
that's a goal,
we're in the attendance figure.
dude. Come Monday night, soon as those games are over with, one of us gotta hit up Coach Trish, and one gotta hit up Coach Antoine or Coach Howard
We are
at
good. We
Edna
are so
Carr,
good. We are so good, right?
Boom. That's a must. That is a must.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about that, what's gonna be funny for me is, I'm looking forward to Thursday night and we bring the game. I'm gonna have to be hauling behind from out of Marrero to get the boutique, and hopefully in a 20-minute time or 25-minute time after we're done. Because the game Patrick Taylor has their last game of the year at Fisher, and we play at 5, and hopefully it stays on the schedule at 5. So if we're done, hopefully at 6 or 6:10, I will try to fly my behind down to Hinesville.
And you don't want to do that, dog. I mean, you get on the interstate, state police will be waiting for you.
He ain't going on interstate. He going on Highway 90.
90 still though, but it's still a state highway. State police will be waiting. They'll be hiding.
Hey, just watch when you
Oh
when
yeah.
you get to Booty and you
Oh
get
yeah,
that little hump.
boutique, exactly.
That
Yeah,
hump right there on Highway 90. Watch
of
that, and
course.
then we get to Walmart. Slow down. That's it
Yeah,
right there.
that's
That's the
it. That's
spots.
it.
That's
Hmm.
the spots. But
Got it.
go ahead with your last word.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to bringing these to you on bringing the game to you on Thursday, and hopefully the quarterfinals. If we bring you that quarterfinal game, man, that is,
That
whoo,
atmosphere is gonna be
yeah.
crazy,
I'm
BK.
like this. Y'all two are gonna have to hold it down just a little before I get there, because I have to. Next week, I
We're
got
gonna do what we could do.
I
We're gonna
got
do what we
I
can do.
got 4 events I gotta work, and I cannot miss money. I got BRCC doubleheader softball earlier that afternoon. If we can get done by at least now, I'm praying to God if that quarterfinal please started at 6:30 or no later than 7. If you do,
You good?
we all to the good, because if I just need that softball doubleheader to be done by 3 no later than 4. Done 3 no later than 4, we good. I can just hit it, take the shortcuts, hit I-10, and
And you
just
good?
and you good. So,
Mm-hmm.
but hey, looking forward to it, man. This was a fun night tonight and good show, and hopefully we'll see what we can do next week to keep things going. But we'll continue to grow as a podcast, and thank y'all so much, and continue to like, tag, share, subscribe to the hash.
That's right, everybody. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your friends at school, tell everybody that play basketball, football, baseball, bowling, soccer, lacrosse, every sport, girl flag football. Tell them all to tune into the Hash It Out show and subscribe and click the follow button. So we do this for all Louisiana high school athletes. That's what we do it for. It's not about us. We do it for y'all. But we'll be back next week, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back next week, Tuesday. A lot more to talk about. Boys playoff brackets, um, the quarterfinals for the girls. We got a lot to talk about come next week. So y'all tune in with us. Special thank you to Coach Chad, Coach Joe, and CD, Chris, the Only Opinion podcast crew for joining us. That was a lot of fun just having casual conversations, a couple questions about the girls playoff brackets. And yes, my goal is to get them back. Probably next Wednesday, the day before the quarterfinal game, so we could do that. That's my goal. But shouts out to my guys VK and George Peppers, everybody that watched. Thank y'all. We're back next Tuesday and next Wednesday, most likely. Thank y'all for watching. I'm JB the Sports Guy. Y'all take care.
I'm Coach Ramirez Page, the head football coach at John F. Kennedy High School.
At Bayou AV Security, we are your one-stop shop for all your needs, whether it's enhancing your home entertainment system, securing your property, ensuring a seamless internet connection, or illuminating your outdoor spaces. We've got you covered. Bayou AV Security, where technology meets reliability. Call us today to experience the Bayou difference.
Thank you for watching the Hash It Out show. Please like